I swear I do this every time. I was on mute. I'm that person in the meeting who forgets to take themselves off of mute. Let's try that again. I am Michelle Kinney. Hello, everyone. Good evening. And as promised, for anybody who was with me when the astronauts were on the dark side of the moon just a few nights ago, we're back for the splashdown for when they are to return to Earth here in the next hour. This is the Mayday Network. Thank you all so much for joining me. I tried to stream this to my Substack. I don't have like a huge Substack, but I'm very boomerific with that platform. So if you're watching from over there, hello. If you're not, sorry. Everybody, how's everybody doing? So it's Space Host. Yes, that's me. And I'm still coughing. Everybody, it's so great to see everyone. I want to go through kind of what's happening right now. Oh, wow. Hold on.
Houston copies and concurs.
The European service module now separated from Integrity, a job well done.
Integrity, no action for the 4 CDH cautions. Those are SM related, not applicable.
Integrity.
So cool. So it looks like the module separated from the rest of Orion so that it can go on this journey. While we're waiting for that,
flying free on its own for the remaining 32 minutes of this mission. Next up, the raise burn, a 19-second firing of Integrity's thrusters.
GPS 2.
Okay. Let me just go through. I've got some stuff here. I'm going to keep my eye on this over here. This is just the timeline. So they got up at 11:35 this morning. We are in the 7:33. It's now 7:35. But what just happened? The crew module and service module separate. 7:37. The crew module performs a raise burn, which is what they were just speaking about on the NASA feed. A critical maneuver to position the craft for a safe splashdown. And they have a visualization going on right now that I'll put back on. 7:53, entry interface occurs and the Orion capsule re-enters Earth's atmosphere. Splashdown should happen at 8:07. Just a couple things. I don't want to, at 7:37, I'll make sure we turn back over. But this is from space.com. It says, today is splashdown day for Artemis II. What to expect at each stage. It's 13 minutes of things that have to go right. NASA set up the reentry and splashdown, the first with astronauts from the moon in over 50 years. So it says the most harrowing part of the journey lies ahead, a fiery 13-minute plunge through Earth's atmosphere at about 24,000 miles per hour. That will subject them to temperatures of up to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit, with only their heat shield for protection and parachutes to slow down. Here's the thing where I'm remaining very positive, but I'm very nervous. Actually, let me just get to that part here. Yeah, it's this. New York Times reporting coming home may be the most dangerous part of Artemis. Before we get to that, though, let me put this NASA feed back up. We're going to wait for that burn. There's no sound in the moment. Just trying to. For anyone who said feel better, Michelle, thank you. I feel fine. It's just this tickle in my throat. It just will not stop. Will not stop. Raymond said, I remember getting the Apollo 11 model for Christmas when I was a kid. I did too. Did you do the little model where you put them together with the glue and everything?
And the crew module raise burn is underway. A 19-second firing of the thrusters. Okay. And we have a completion of the burn.
Okay.
Integrity, good. CM raise burn. Your flight path angle is within limits.
Integrity copies. Looks good on board, Jackie.
So the final maneuver is now complete. Our trajectory for a splashdown in the Pacific 29 minutes from now is set and will not be amended any further. And we have the right angle of attack to mitigate any excessive heat loads on the vehicle during entry interface.
Integrity Houston, a heads up about comm coverage. When you perform the 180 roll, for the first minute or so in that attitude, we expect about a minute LOS.
We copy.
So from what I understand, I think it's I don't remember if it's 6 or 16. And I looked in the article and I couldn't find it, but there is a considerable
For
amount
those
of
who are watching the series of events coming up,
okay.
we will enter the first traces of Earth's atmosphere 14 minutes, 45 seconds from now. 6:53 and 30 seconds is what is pegged for entry interface at an altitude
there
of
it is.
400,000 feet, traveling at approximately 34,800 feet per second, range to touchdown or splashdown 1,701 nautical miles. 24 seconds after entry interface, we will enter a 6-minute blackout period in which we will lose communications with the crew. This is expected due to the buildup of plasma around the vehicle. That's an ionization effect due to the collision, if you will, of the velocity of the spacecraft with the friction of the Earth's atmosphere. That 6-minute blackout is expected to begin at 6:53 and 54 seconds p.m. Central Time. During that period of time, we will reach our peak speed of 24,661 miles per hour. That comes just short, based on unofficial data from the flight dynamics officer right now, will come just short of the velocity record set by Apollo 10 of 24,791 miles per hour in 1969. We expect peak heating on the vehicle at 6:54 and 52 seconds p.m. Central Time, a minute and 22 seconds into entry interface. At that point, we will be just 204,000 feet above the Earth, traveling at 33,000 feet per second. The blackout period is expected to last 6 minutes. We expect that blackout period to end at 6:59 and 55 seconds p.m. Central Time. From the end of the blackout period until splashdown, it is just 7 minutes, at which point we'll start deploying the series of parachutes to slow integrity down to an ultimate splashdown velocity of just 19 miles an hour.
We see the same, waiting for the 180 rolls.
So in the time that we're waiting here, what I want to do, and by the way, happy birthday, MJ. See you in the chat. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. What I want to do here is just read through this quickly. This is the most dangerous part of their entire mission is reentry. They're relying on that heat shield in the module to protect them as they re-enter the Earth's atmosphere. And apparently it is flawed. It says here the heat shield is the critical layer at the bottom of a spacecraft that protects it and the astronauts inside from searing temperatures upon re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. If the shield fails, the underlying metallic structure could melt, rupture, and disintegrate. There is no backup and no way for the astronauts to escape. NASA officials, however, are confident that despite the known shortcomings of the heat shield, the 4 Artemis II astronauts will remain alive and comfortable as they arrive at Earth on Friday evening tonight at a speed of nearly 24,000 miles per hour, concluding a 10-day trip. Extensive analysis and testing of the heat shield material, quote, got us comfortable that we can undertake this mission with lots of margin to spare. That is Jared Isaacman, the NASA administrator. It says, however, Charlie Camarda, that's let's say Camarda, a former NASA astronaut and expert on heat shield, says that NASA should never have launched Artemis II. The agency does not understand well enough the chances that the heat shield might fail, he says. And the mission, a success so far, could end with, I don't even want to say it. You know, I'm not going to read that next line. I'm going to pray that nothing happens, he said during an interview a few days before the launch of Artemis II. His hunch is that there is a 95% chance that the astronauts will return safely, but that would mean a 1 in 20 odds chance that they wouldn't. And, you know, I just want to say this because for a couple of reasons. Number one, like, I think it's important that we all understand the risk that these people are taking in order to show us the universe. And, you know, I think sometimes we take these risks that other people do for granted. And in this moment, this most dangerous moment for them, I just want us to all be thinking about that. And yes, this is so exciting, but I also want us to be thinking about that. During Artemis I, the flight without astronauts, so this was unmanned, that circled the moon in 2022, the capsule known as Orion survived reentry. Had there been astronauts aboard, they would not have noticed anything amiss. But when the capsule was pulled out of the ocean, the heat shield, the same design as the one on Artemis II spacecraft, was unexpectedly pockmarked with sizable chunks missing. A couple of years of investigations followed. NASA officials said their analysis looked at what might happen under worst case assumptions. Those findings, along with changes in the reentry path for the astronauts' return to the Earth during Artemis II, provide a significant safety margin. Now, I don't exactly understand what that strategy is, but there's something about going down and then going up again and like letting it cool for a couple minutes and then going down again. It's something that they've been planning on and testing for and doing all kinds of research. So I would assume these people are scientists, they're experts. We have to trust, you know, they know what the hell they're doing. So it says the Artemis II crew is aware of the flight's risks, so they know all about this and how NASA has addressed them. Quote, "We have actually been there every single step of the way of the spacecraft being built," Reed Wiseman, the commander of Artemis II, said in September of last year. And there's just a couple pictures here if you're watching and not listening of just when the Artemis I had returned, what had happened. So I just wanted to, you know, prepare us just, you know, in one way or another. I just think it's important just to kind of know what the risks are in real time so that when we're thinking about them, as excited as we are, this is incredibly dangerous. And this is, you know, it is the Columbia shuttle. This is what happened in 2003 upon their reentry, what happened with their heat shield. So I'm going to put up the feed from NASA's YouTube again. You know what? This is so incredibly exciting. I can't tell you the last time I feel like I've had anything or felt this excited about anything regarding NASA.
7 transferring NASA to BFS.
Oh my gosh, Alex, on a beach in San Diego trying to see if we can see the landing. So I actually pulled something about that. Let me see. Hold on. Actually, will I be able to see the spacecraft return to Earth from California? It says not likely visible, but they did mention something about a sonic boom because it's traveling so quickly that you may hear it. So just keep that in mind.
Integrity, no action required.
Integrity.
Now 6 minutes away from entry interface. We will hit the first traces of Earth's atmosphere at an altitude of 400,000 feet. traveling about 34,882 feet per second. Range to splashdown at that point will be 1,701 nautical miles.
You know, I think about when we're on an airplane and you hit that turbulence and you fall, you know, a few hundred feet, you know, that feeling you get in your stomach, and they're falling 34,000 feet per second. My God.
And once again, just a reminder, some 24 seconds after entry interface, we do expect to lose communications with the vehicle and the crew during a 6-minute blackout period, when a plasma shield will build up around the spacecraft due to the ionization, due to heating effects. And Flight Dynamics has just confirmed we will have a blackout period of exactly 6 minutes in duration. And once again, that's due to the fact that a plasma buildup around the vehicle will prevent communications and data, so we will not be able to talk to the crew members at that time, nor will we receive data here in the flight control room.
Houston, everything's looking good on board. Just confirm no pre-EI downloads.
Houston concurs.
That blackout period to begin at 6:53 and 54 seconds p.m. Central Time, and again will last about 6 minutes in duration. We're 4 minutes away from entry interface.
You know, I always know when I'm stressed out or the news is exceptionally bad. I have horrible TMJ. And I just start sitting here doing this. And in this particular moment, I'm feeling extremely nervous, clenching. If you know, you know about that TMJ life. It's not fun. I can't imagine. TMJ, yeah, it's a long name. Someone BJG is asking me in the chat. It's like a thing about your jaw, like joint. It's no bueno. Let's see. Fun fact: they refused to engage with Trump, but they had a lovely exchange with Candace Carney.
This view from Integrity, as it crosses from southwest to northeast across the Pacific Ocean, 3 minutes from entry interface. "16.5 minutes till splashdown." The USS John P. Murtha and the recovery team is on station and in position, as are the airborne imagery assets that we hope to receive imagery from as Artemis enters the Earth's atmosphere and through parachute deployment. All of Integrity's systems are in great shape. The crew is ready to complete its mission just 15.5 minutes from now. All of the activities today have gone off in perfect fashion. No issues with the vehicle, no issues with the crew. And the weather at the splashdown site is go.
Oh my gosh. Wow. 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 My God. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Coming up on 1 minute until entry interface. Mark 1 minute until entry interface. 1 minute, 20 seconds until the expected start of our 6-minute blackout.
Integrity, 1 minute to a 6-minute blackout.
Integrity.
I can't believe people still think the Earth is flat. Like, it's not flat, guys.
Ten seconds till entry interface. And we have crossed the threshold, now entering the Earth's atmosphere. We're at 400,000 feet, traveling 34,800 feet per second. Time to splash down, 13 minutes, 10 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
And as predicted, we've entered our communications blackout. This will be a 6-minute blackout period. No voice, no data from the crew. We're 30 seconds away from the anticipated point of peak heating on the vehicle, where temperatures will rise to about 4,000 to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the true test of our trajectory.
What is that? What are we looking at?
And from the G5 aircraft in the vicinity of the splashdown zone, this view of integrity. So that pinpoint of light shows the vehicle as it enters the period of peak heating in the Earth's atmosphere, the first tug of gravity being felt by Integrity's astronauts since their launch back on April 1st. Four and a half minutes until the end of the blackout period. Time to splash down, 11 minutes, 33 seconds. The landing and support officer reports that the P3 has acquisition on Integrity. Three and a half minutes left in this blackout period.
Oh,
This is a visualization of the plasma buildup around the spacecraft and the repelling of that heat on Integrity's heat shield.
My God.
Flight Dynamics reports that airborne assets in the vicinity of the splashdown zone do have a visual on Integrity. Still 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in our blackout period. Time to splash down, 9 minutes, 35 seconds. Multiple airborne assets as part of the recovery team all have visuals on integrity.
So for anybody who's listening and not watching, it says the velocity right now is about 25,600 miles per hour, which is, I mean, unfathomable.
And the WB-57 flying in the splashdown zone also has a visual. And the Navy helos also have visuals. We're still in the blackout period. Still do not have communications from the crew. We're standing by for communications from the crew. We should be out of the blackout period less than a minute from now. We are now processing data from integrity. Landing and support officer reports the small boats are en route to the splashdown target zone. Passing through 150,000 feet, our trajectory is perfect. We're getting intermittent views of integrity. Still waiting to establish voice communication.
Integrity, Houston, comm check, post blackout.
Houston, Integrity, we have you loud and clear.
Your trajectory is nominal and your recovery teams have visual.
Guidance looks good.
Fantastic.
No action for the enabled internal camera controller fail.
Big cheers from the viewing room here in Mission Control as voice communication reestablished with Commander Reed Wiseman. For America and a waiting world, Integrity is 5.5 minutes away from coming home. Passing 100,000 feet now. Range to splashdown 19 nautical miles.
Integrity impact to the camera controller fail is no cab 1 views of the chutes.
Integrity.
We're processing good data through the GPS system. A good view of Integrity, time to splashdown 4.5 minutes.
Oh my God.
And a view of integrity from the WB-57. We're at 50,000 feet.
Oh my God.
The pyros are armed for forward bay cover jettison. And there go the first series of parachutes. And we're on drogues.
And Houston, we're visual 2 drogues out the window.
2 good drogue shoots. Next up,
We copy. We see them.
the deployment of pilot parachutes that will pull the main chutes out. Time to splash down 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Perfect descent rate according to flight
Integrity,
dynamics.
Good rates on 2 drogues.
We see the same on board.
This is unreal. Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Passing through 10,000 feet. Still on drogues.
Mm.
Main chute deploy. We're at 5,000 feet.
My God.
Search and recovery beacon has been activated on integrity.
Oh my God.
And we have 3 good main chutes. Good 3 main chutes, good reefing, good descent rate.
Good rates, and we see 3 good-looking parachutes. Integrity. Cabin pressure indicates no need for hydrazine checks.
Integrity copies.
This is a perfect descent for integrity. Its crew sounding hale and hearty on board. Time to splash down 1 minute, 15 seconds.
Can you believe how like precisely it's timed? I mean, my God.
Integrity about to complete a journey spanning 694,481 miles from its launch from the Kennedy Space Center back on April 1st, and a trip around the moon. Passing through 1,000 feet.
Integrity, splashdown, sending
Oh my
pilot
God.
man now.
Splashdown confirmed.
Copy splashdown. Waiting on VLDR.
Splashdown confirmed at 7:07 p.m. Central Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time. From the pages of Jules Verne to a modern-day mission to the moon, a new chapter of the exploration of our celestial neighbor is complete. Integrity's astronauts back on Earth. And the landing and support officer reports the vehicle is stable 1. We still will be deploying the crew module uprighting system to maintain that orientation. A perfect bullseye splashdown for Integrity and its 4 astronauts.
My God. It's unbelievable.
The unofficial splashdown time, 7:07 and 47 seconds p.m. Central Time. We'll get that refined for you. That would put the end of the mission at a mission elapsed time of 9 days, 1 hour, 31 minutes, 35 seconds. And we're configuring for very low data rate. Once again, splashdown occurring in the Pacific, southwest of San Diego at 7:07 and 47 seconds p.m.
Integrity Houston, comm check on VLDR.
Houston, we have you loud and clear on VLDR. How else?
We have you the same. We'll meet you over in post-landing.
Perfect communications established.
A journey. We are stable 1, 4 green crew members.
Houston copies all.
Reed Wiseman reporting 4 green crew members. That is not their complexion. That is the fact that they're in great condition. That's what that means. So stable 1, upright. The crew module uprighting system is being deployed. The 5 airbags being inflated through helium to maintain the upright configuration for the vehicle. This was a textbook entry and a textbook touchdown for Integrity. Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen back on Earth after a journey around the moon.
A lot of people are talking in the chats about the Apollo missions and how they remember watching them as kids, and I'm honestly just so jealous that you got to experience, you know.
We continue to monitor the functioning of the CMOOS system. The airbags are being inflated to maintain a stable 1 or upright configuration. And there's a good view from one of the naval helicopters hovering overhead. Reed Wiseman reporting 4 green crew members, meaning they're all in excellent shape.
Integrity Houston for SAR beacon and radio.
SAR beacon is in 406, and we're powering the radio now. Go ahead.
We see the beacon on. However, the recovery team is not seeing the signal. Your SAR radio uses the same antenna, so you may run into trouble with the radio.
Okay, copy. And we are also powering up the sat phone now.
So integrity is in great shape. And as the crew continues its post-splashdown timelined activities on board, Reed Wiseman once again reporting that all 4 crew members are in excellent shape. And we have 5 inflated airbags to maintain an upright configuration so that the recovery team can now begin a slow approach to the vehicle. Meanwhile, here in the flight control room, entry flight director Rick Henfling is polling his team of flight controllers for the start of powering down the vehicle after a thorough systems check. We have no toxic gases to be concerned about, so the recovery personnel can approach the vehicle, but not until we have powered down the spacecraft. That's expected to take a few more minutes. Integrity back on Earth following its historic flyby of the moon. It was, for all intents and purposes, a textbook mission.
On 2828, but I'll remain on this frequency.
We copy.
Reed Wiseman indicating some trouble with the SARSAT phone on board, but that's not an issue. What is more important is that the vehicle is solid, no issues as we begin the power down vehicle to begin the recovery process.
Isn't it crazy? Just a few evenings ago, they were taking photographs of parts of the moon that have never been seen by human beings ever. And here they are in the Pacific Ocean in a lunar module. It's just crazy.
The propulsion officer here in Mission Control reports that we have safed the prop system on integrity.
Can you say again? That was very weak and broken.
Integrity, Houston did not call.
Copy that, Houston. It might have been on the SAR radio. Stand by.
It looks so tiny.
All of the milestones were executed in perfect fashion. Integrity entering the Earth's atmosphere right on time, reaching its peak speed shortly after a blackout period began. We emerged from the blackout period, but the recovery imagery airborne assets were able to pick up Integrity's descent almost immediately through entry interface, tracking the vehicle all the way down. And finally, you saw the sequence of chute deployments. First, the forward bay cover being pulled off the top of the vehicle by a series of 3 parachutes. Then the drogue chutes were deployed, followed by the 3 main chutes that slowed the splashdown velocity of Integrity to just 19 miles an hour.
Integrity, Houston, with no joy on SAR and SAT phone, we'd like you to command an additional 15 minutes for a total of 30-minute power down delay.
All right, Jackie, we have selected T/D+30. No joy on SAR radio or sat phone. And stand by, we have the master diver on SAR radio. Please hold comms.
Hey, Lily. Excuse me. Hey, Jackie, we just got the master diver on SAR.
Amy's asking, where's Joe? Joe's in the other room watching this on the big TV. Not me, but
Good
the
view of
NASA
the
feed.
fast boats.
Integrity, Houston, if you are happy with your comm with master diver, you can go back to the 15-minute power down.
Okay, stand by. Yeah, we'll confirm here in a second.
The crew on board Integrity coordinating with the flight control team in Houston here in Mission Control on the timing of the power down of the vehicle, which will be the precursor to the recovery teams approaching the spacecraft. There are no issues with Integrity. We've had a bit of broken capability in establishing a SARSAT or satellite phone communications capability between the crew on board Integrity and the recovery team. That will get sorted out here shortly. There's plenty of cooling on board Integrity, so there's no rush to begin the power down.
I'm trying to call you on the sat phone and I'm not getting an answer there either.
Concur, we haven't had anything come through.
And Houston, if you could relay to recovery that we hear them, but it does not appear as though they are hearing us.
Houston copies, and Reed, just to confirm, you are pushing the PTT on the radio.
So as we continue to sort out the communications between Integrity and the recovery teams, we are standing by for the initiation of the power down procedures that, as you see, the recovery teams are moving towards the side of the capsule. The next major event will be the erection of that large inflatable raft called the front porch that will be the port of call for the crew as they're being extracted one by one from the vehicle.
Integrity, Houston, for sat phone, we are going to attempt to call you.
Good idea, standing by.
And Jackie, yes, we are pushing the push to talk, the two buttons on the left side of the radio below the up-down arrows. We are utilizing them. I'm rebooting the radio to see if we get good comms.
Okay, we copy all, and just to confirm, you are seeing that you're touchdown plus 3030 for power, correct?
That's affirmative.
We are trying a backdoor approach to have Mission Control here call the crew on their satellite phone. This all part of the coordination for the power down of the vehicle that will initiate the actual recovery operation. The first boats with the Navy divers on board are standing by, waiting to close in on Integrity to begin the process of erecting the large inflatable raft that's called the front porch that will be where the astronauts are extracted from so that they can have a few minutes to get their land legs back before they're hoisted aboard the Navy helicopters for the flight back to the deck of the USS John P. Murtha.
Do not reply.
And Houston, please don't reply. NRD, very weak, but readable. Master Diver, we can hear, but they cannot hear us.
To answer questions in the chat, yes, we are doing the Swalwell dispatch in about 6 minutes or so. I know the extraction from the module is not going to be until well after 9. And I believe they're not going to be to their ship until like 9:30. But yes, we are going to have a discussion about this new Eric Swalwell news.
And Houston, on OE1, is there any chance to tie us into NRD?
To answer BJG, yes, you would go to the next stream. It would be a different stream from this. So once we're done here,
Checking.
go back to the YouTube and just hit the one that for Eric Swalwell news. I know it's a hard turn. It's awful. But unfortunately, something we felt we needed to talk about tonight because it is so important. And
this is Mission Control, Houston. While we stand by for the establishment of communications between Integrity and the recovery team that is basically standing by very close to the spacecraft, we're going to go to the deck of the USS John P. Murtha, where Megan Cruz is standing by with Administrator Jared Isaacman.
Hey, Rob, yeah, just such an honor to be able to be here on the ship, to be able to share and experience this moment with everyone together. And of course, as you just said, yes, here with NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman. Administrator, how did you feel getting to witness this and seeing NASA at its best?
Oh, I mean, I'm honestly, I'm still at a loss for words. I mean, you know, like the childhood Jared right now can't believe what I just saw. I mean, almost been waiting my whole lifetime to see this. And then it's NASA Administrator. I just couldn't be more proud of the entire workforce, the years, the effort, the late nights, all the hard work from across the country that contributed to this incredible moment right now. And yeah, incredibly grateful too for our teams here on the John P. Murtha right now.
Yeah, look at them behind us here.
Got everybody. What do you guys think? We just brought some astronauts back from the moon, huh? Unbelievable. Thank you. Yeah, so grateful to the Navy, the sailors that are here, the NASA teams. I mean, this is a joint effort that's on their way right now. These recovery forces are getting out to our Orion spacecraft, to Integrity, get our astronauts back on the ship safely.
Yeah, and this is not just an accomplishment for NASA. This is an accomplishment for humanity. Again, a historic mission to the moon and back. How does this make you feel, and what do you hope people take away from this?
Well, I'll tell you, you know, I think about the crew members that we've all had an opportunity to observe over the last 10 days, right? I mean, they're absolutely professional astronauts. I mean, wonderful communicators, almost poets. But then I think these were the ambassadors from humanity to the stars that we sent out there right now. And I can't imagine a better crew than the Artemis II crew that just completed a perfect mission right now. So yes, it's a huge moment for everybody, right? I mean, we are back in the business of sending astronauts to the moon, bringing them back safely, and to set up for a series more. I mean, this is not a once in a lifetime, which you hear sometimes around here is like, this was a once in a lifetime. No, it's not. This is just the beginning. We are going to get back into doing this with frequency, sending missions to the moon until we land on it in 2028 and start building our base.
Yeah, are we going to build on the momentum for Artemis 3? I mean, it's just around the corner.
Absolutely. So I mean, that's, you know, part of me too. Like, I can't wait to get the crew off of Integrity right now, but also getting Integrity back on this ship so we can start taking a look at it, because all that data is so precious to us right now. I mean, we are going to definitely want to take a good look at the thermal protection system. We're going to want to download all the data they couldn't transmit back to us and use that to inform Artemis 3. But we're already making progress, right? You had SRB segments already showing up at KSC. Core stage for Artemis 3 is rolling out on April 20th. We're getting Mobile Launcher 1 back in vehicle assembly building. So yes, there is a lot to celebrate right now on a mission well accomplished for Artemis 2, and at the same time, we got to start getting ready for 3.
Amazing. And last question, you know, for people who joined us for all 10 days to see what we can accomplish together with our international partners, what do you think about the fact that we're going to keep doing this more and more and more?
It's incredibly exciting. I mean, yes, it's the contributions, like the best and brightest across the NASA workforce from across the country, our industry partners, our international partners. We had a Canadian Space Agency astronaut on board in Jeremy. We had the European Service Module. And you think in the days leading up to this launch, I mean, 48 hours prior to launching Artemis II, I was meeting with the Italian Space Agency. We signed a memorandum of understanding to build a habitation module on the moon. I mean, you have countries, all of our allies and partners coming together saying, we are committed to this effort. We are returning to the moon. We're doing it to stay. We are building that enduring presence. We are going to master the skills on the surface of the moon so someday we can undertake missions to Mars. It's just an incredibly exciting time, and we're not going at it alone. We're bringing everybody along with us.
Absolutely. And speaking of everyone, one more time, we're going to ask the crew here, you guys ready to land on the moon? Awesome. I love that. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Administrator. Appreciate you being here.
All right, guys, I am going to end that feed because they're not going to extract them probably for another 40 minutes or so, which will be a process in and of itself. So I'm going to jump over to our next feed. Please follow us over there. If you happen to be watching on my Substack, Julie Roginski might be streaming this to hers, our next show that we're doing in just a couple minutes. If not, please come over to YouTube, to the Mayday Network. We are going to talk about, and I hate to taint that this has just been such a wonderful hour. I hate to bring it down like this, but unfortunately, this is really important news that we have to discuss. And for anybody in the chat who has been maybe even suggesting that these aren't true, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but I do know people who are close to me who've spoken to the victims, and I happen to believe that all of these are extremely credible accusations. So with that said, this has been a wonderful, wonderful hour that gives me so much hope, not just for humanity, but for the United States and what we have been able to accomplish in this country when we believe in each other and we believe in science, and we dare to dream that we can do great things. So everybody, hopefully I'll just see you in a few minutes. This was awesome. Thank you so much for being here tonight, guys. Just experiencing all of this with you has just been such a joy, and I'm so appreciative. So everybody, I'll see you in just a few minutes on the next stream.